is still scrap, and I do go off-roading in it, the ashtray van. Last night we went to Mackie D's, and halfway there, well, a little red light started blinking, and I thought, this doesn't seem good. And well, we made it to the service station, and there was a big puddle coming out of the bottom and steam coming from everywhere. So we got some nice cold bottles of water to pour into the boiling hot engine, and that all went straight out the bottom. So I figure it's converted itself to an air-cooled diesel. Unfortunately, being air-cooled, it gets a little bit too hot, so we've got to do something. So I'm going to tear into it because I've got about half an hour of daylight left, and I don't really know what's exploded under there. It might be terminal. There is another, ignore that piece of scrap, there's another fine quality ashtray van over there that, well, that met a sticky end with me as well, and a lump fell out of the front of the engine that was meant to be part of the engine. Not excellent. We're going to get into this before it gets too dark and I get too cold. So it's about -2 and I don't work in the cold. Well, this is all a little bit, I'm going to have to get you in there, I think. It's all a little bit far too technical for me. There's plastic in the way. Look, there's plastic in the way and things, and oh, eco boom! Somewhere down in this area down here where you can't see a lot, and I can't even get my hand really in there, there was water spraying out and steam and smoke and all of the other nice things that really should be contained inside an engine. So yeah, this could be fun. So I figure the first thing to do when trying to diagnose this a water leak is to get the hose pipe, which might be frozen. The hose pipe that is frozen. Excellent. Well, we'll stick that in there, and in about an hour's time we'll have enough water in it to start the diagnosis. I'm going to go and check the hoses on. Yeah, the hose is on, it's just all iced up. There's some sound happening here now, it might be coming out. Yeah, it's starting to get faster. Flowing water doesn't freeze as quickly as non-flowing water. So we'll give that a few minutes to try and start filling the old rig up, and then, well, I've got a work light here, and we'll shine it down in there and see if we can see exactly where the water's spraying out of. If we can't, we'll have to start the old bitch up, which could be interesting because she weren't very happy last night by the time I made it home, to the point of coming up the last hill we were down to first gear with some misfiring. Has it got any juice in it? Yeah, it's got some juice in it. Doesn't taste like coolant, so we'll assume the head gasket didn't go last night and cause it to overpressurise, but it probably did. Mint. Wonder if we've got enough juice in there yet to see what's going on down there. Whoa, that's right. Well, the water's going in. There it is. Wow. Okay. So the water's going in at an alarmingly high rate, so we just kind of ease that down a little bit and slip it back in. And then we're just going to watch down in the area where the water was spraying from last night and see whether water sprays from there again without starting a rig. Probably not. I'm not even sure. I think we're going to have to try and start a yeah. Interesting. Well, that's definitely going somewhere. Not entirely sure where, because I can't see it. But it is going somewhere. We'll start the old bitch up. You see, because if we just gets in here and puts the key in, We'll let her have a little bit of glow. Not that it does much. Then we turns the key. See, she just does the clicking. So there's this wire here, and there's a door check strap there with some bare metal on it, which is a good earth. Oh, we might have issues, boys. She don't want to start. That's not a good sign. She's never been that much of a bastard to start yet. Let her have some more glow. She's not happy. There's a big cloud of unhappy looking smoke just came out the back of her. We'll get back in the engine bay and see if the engine's leaking. Well, I can't see where it's coming from, so I don't really know. She might just be... We'll go and give her a few revs. We can't do it from in here because this one's got the gay kind of fly-by-wire throttle, which means you can't just pull the wire. No good. It's a bit too bloody cold to be playing about with cold water on a night like this. I've got a work light that doesn't seem to want to look at what I'm looking at, so I've just got to teach it. I think I'm no expert in this sort of thing, but from the fact the bottom of the radiator is all wet and there's water fluid dripping off it, I think we might have a hole in the rad. On account of the fact I can't see anywhere else it could be coming out of. So, I don't know. Very steamy there. Water level in there staying up though, so I don't know, boys. I think we need to take it for a little rally run and, you know, give us the temperatures. What do you think? That's what I think. Hang on, let's pause you boys. Now, I haven't got a GoPro through yet, and the little knockoff GoPro I've got is, well, she's dead as a doornail, so I'm going to have to try and hold the big camera while we take her for a little test trip, and we'll see if we can't get her warm enough that she starts squirting the water out of the everywhere. Just got to get out of the yard first, and then we'll be on a roll. I am a 4-track man myself though, because I know 4-tracks are good even when they've got no water in. Mind the old plough. Oh, she's gutless. I don't know why people don't like riding in motors with me. They say I drive like a lunatic. I don't drive like a lunatic. I drive quite slowly. Look at that. I'm hardly moving. Oh dear. Well, go then. Go on. Hip hip. Oh, we better go for second for this bit. Oh, she's still fucking going. I haven't seen a massive cloud of steam come out from under the bonnet yet, so that's a bonus. Maybe it's sealed itself. Sometimes leaks do that, but that seemed like a bit of an excessive leak last night. I'm telling you. We'll go down the bottom of the farm drive and come back up. I don't want to go too far in case she does decide to do the conking out, because when a rig's broken, it pays not to trust her to go on the main road, because that's where you end up with the boys with the blue lights sitting behind you, and they don't see it funny when you break down on the main road. So I'd prefer to do all my breaking down up here, where that's easy enough to just phone Eric up if you can get hold of him and tell him you need a tow home. Here'll do. She'll be warm by the time we get back. Where's the fucking first? I come up here last night and we couldn't get above first gear over the brow. Well, that's third. She's going better than she was. Fourth! Fucking hell, boys, I fixed her. That's all she needed was more water added. She sealed herself. I don't know what's going on. We're fucking flying. Look at that, 60! Woo! Fucking stuff, man. What are you doing? You're coming down. We better do the stopping and waiting. We had. Looks like gamekeeper. Yep. Oh, I'm starting to smell hot water, so she's definitely started leaking again. Let's get her home. Let's get her home. We've got no temperature gauge in the old rig because Vauxhall obviously decided in their infinite wisdom there's no point in telling people until it's way too late that they're overheating. We'll take it easy on the old girl now because, yeah, she smells hot. She smells hot to the point she doesn't smell happy anymore. So, there's that. We'll just do steady rally driving, not thrashed rally driving. And then we'll see if we can see what's leaking before we get either too cold or it gets too dark, because, well, if I get too cold, then I'm just going to call it a night and say lollocks to it, and then we'll be looking for another cheap shitbox to drive around in. I would drive around in a shitbox truck, but I have a bad habit of breaking them. Well, I break everything. I'm good at breaking things. If you got anything you want broken, let me borrow it for a week. I'll break it. Trust me, I'm good at it. I'm a professional breaker. Well, we've just about made it back into the yard. If she can't out here, I'll just slam the clutch into the bottom of the firewall and she'll coast to a halt about where we want her. Somewhere up here. Yeah, somewhere up here will do. Right, let's get out and go and have a little look-see under the old bonnet. Camera? Yeah, that's recorded. I don't know what happened there. The camera just had a spaz attack. It might be out of battery now. It's still got 2 bars. Oh, it don't sound good and it don't smell good in there. It's always a sign that feels it good. Woo! Blinded myself. Well, there's steam coming out from down there, and I'm just going to assume that we've punctured a hole in the bottom of the radiator because, well, the radiator is soaked at the bottom and there's steam coming out of it. So that's that. We know what's wrong with it now. Probably going to leave it running here for a few minutes so the coolant works, or the water works its way out of it, so it doesn't freeze and crack tonight when it gets down even colder than it currently is, because it's currently colder than a horse heart. Fucking mint. See you later, boys. So, welcome back. This might be a different episode, I don't know. I don't even know if I've still got the videos from about 3 weeks ago when we established the old ashtray van here. She's got a hole in the radiator and that's not conducive to it keeping water in, and well, even though there's not a temperature gauge on the dash because Vauxhall figured you don't need one, it keeps bringing a little red light up and it don't sound or smell very happy when the red light comes up. So I went on the old Evil Bays and, well, there's a box there and that's got the cheapest rad that the seller assures me definitely fix this van. I even sent him the number plate, which is the number plate to the van, shockingly. and he assures me that is definitely the radiator for this van. So today we're gonna well, I'll be back in a second. I've got to turn the camera around. So today we're going to be working on this rig here, which is a little less Japanese than normal, and it's got an eco boom. Well, it says tech, but well, I guess it is tech because there's pipes and wires and everything going everywhere under here. But the area we're working in is more underneath this bit in, because there's a radiator in there that does the radiations, but it also radiates the water externally, which isn't good for keeping the old engine cool. So this is actually going to be the first time I've fully pulled the front end off this van, and we'll see how it goes. I mean, the front end's been off in the past because I had a coming together with a deer one night and it all kind of fell off. So most of what's on the front here is just kind of cable tied and held on with gravity. But there are some little studs like these ones that have got they've got funny shapes in them, and I've got to try and undo them. But it does look like the bolts have been out in the past, which leads me to suspect there may have been issues in the past. We might even find the radiator's got a big old glob of silicon on her. I mean, it was a 400 quid van with a year's test on it. It's fucking minty. We're going to get into her and see if we can't put the cheapest rad from eBay in there. So to start with, we are going to unbox the rad and just check there is a rad in the box and not 2 bricks and a load of cardboard, because, well, it did come from Evil Bay and you never know. So I'm going to get my slasher out of the toolkit, Magnuson. And we're going to go over here to this box with a blurry address on it. And we're just going to kind of yeet, 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 minty, and then we'll stick that in there. I've got a magnetic tray as well. It's minty. Oh, the screen's gone off. Hold on. So in here should be a radiator. Well, there's a lot of cardboard, and then there's some more yeet, yeet, yeet. Oh, I just bent some fins already. Oh, she's an aluminiumificated one with some damage, some damage, some damage. This is all the kind of damage you want to see on a brand new radiator. That means this one's definitely going to be as good, if not worse, than the one that's currently in the rig. Mint. Well, I'm going to set you boys up probably on the front of that box van there, so you can watch me disassemble this, and we'll have the old time-lapsealized recordalations going on as well for when this camera inevitably decides to either delete or corrupt the videos. I'll get the old squackets and tools on the ugly duggly gun down there, and we'll make the front end fall off, shall we? Keep watching, this should be fun. So we got the whole front end kind of nearly out, but I've just discovered something. I took these bolts out here that hold this radiator mount in, but in order to get that off the radiator, it's either got to go sideways, which you can't do, or go upwards, which you can't do because it's against all of this, and the same that side. So I was thinking maybe the radiator's got to come out from the bottom and we're going to have to lift the old her up, but well, the bracketry and studs in the bottom there doesn't look like they're going to just come undone. So also I think that's the drain tap there has been snapped off this rad, but it looks minty. No, it looks completely fucked. So we're going to try and take these 2 front corner panels out. I think it's just 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts maybe on each side, and then they'll come out. I'm going for a drink first because, well, vehicles like this will drive you to drinking. So I'm back. So I've undone the bolts up there and the ones down there, and well, that bit now moves, but well, I don't, it's bolted there, but that's all welded in. So what ever kind of meth were they smoking when they came up with that? So I'm now going to go and have to get the battery grinder and cut the fucker, because I don't get why you bolt it and have it welded. Whoever came up with that clearly sucks donkey cock. I'll be back when I've got the grinder. They're fucking wrong-uns. Total fucking wrong-uns. So, I done a slice down there and I couldn't quite get in the corner because I started cutting into the horn there, so I got the hammer and chiseled through the last bit. But this side, well, the same person who likes sucking on donkey cocks has decided to put a wiring loom there that goes to, well, no one really knows, because there's nothing there that needs wires. It's a fucking cross member, but it's wired in for reasons that only a retard could understand, and I'm not one of them, so I don't get it. So I'm gonna try and remove the wiring loom gently. If not, we're just going to assume that nothing this far forward can stop the engine from running, and we'll cut through the fucker, because I just don't. What people say I should be a mechanic because I'm slightly mechanically minded. Well, that's all right, but then you come across this spasticated shit. I mean, I've had enough already. I'd rather do 4-track clutches than try and change the rad in a 1300 Astra van. No, really, it'd be a lot easier, and that involves lifting 4 gearboxes out and back in, which I'd do by hand. Maybe with the help of Freddie, because he helped the other week, but you might not have seen videos of what was going on the other week yet, so I'll be back once I figure this load of bullshit out. Well, got the son of a bitch out. What a whore of a job. They put this fucking hose clamp Jubilee clip on here so that the stud was facing completely the wrong direction to get on it. There's some wires there that go to the electric fan that, well, they weren't overly confident about coming undone. I tried to cut this side off and the wiring loom was too in the way, and it turns out that that loom actually goes all the way across here into all this fucking fiddle fuckery and bullshit down there that there's no point in. But some of them wires appear to go to the engine, which might mean it won't run if I cut them, so I decided against cutting them. What a shower of fucking shite. What a total shower of shite. I tell you, whoever came up with whatever the fuck is going on here needs stabbing up the throat. And then there's, I ain't got a clue what the fuck that thing there is, what's coming off the bottom of the fucking whirly booster, boy, but I think that's one of them fucking things that wants cutting out and doing away with. Not really sure, but I ain't even going to get into that because, well, I've still got to get the fan and the intercooler detached from there that are held on with studs that I ain't got a tool to fit because some retard decided a normal bolt weren't suitable. No, really. I don't know. I really don't know. What in, there's wires going on over there, and there's this, well, what I don't even know. And then there's whatever that is. What's that? That could be the oil filter, I guess. That might be the oil filter in there. I'm not stupid. Well, I am. Well, I am compared to anyone who works on these daily and finds it easy because, well, you obviously operate at a different level than I do, but I personally think whoever came up with making stuff this fiddle fucked that you physically can't get into it easily without specialist tools
and more patience than the Dalai fucking Lama. You just, I just don't get it. Whoever designed it, and like the wiring loom that comes from here, and well, send it round the back out of the fucking way. Whoever decided to bolt these on and they're welded. Stop having intercourse with your mother. Is it recording?
Mm-hmm.
It is actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got to watch that camera because it don't just delete videos. You push record sometimes, do a whole bit of what you're doing, and then. Well, we've discovered that the smallest bolts I've got are these ones, and the ones that held the fan on the radiator and the intercooler on the radiator were a special variety of bolt that had, well, they're not bolts because they hadn't got a bolt head on them. They've got some weird shaped thing that is, well, it turns out it's angle grinder sized, so we definitely use the angle grinder to remove them. And yeah, the smallest bolts I've got are too big for the hole, but I have just realised I've got some zippy ties, which they are a direct replacement for bolts, so we're going to use them instead. These are a removable variety of zippy ties. They've got a little tab that you pull down, so when this rad inevitably explodes because it was the cheapest one on eBay, I'm surprised it looks identical to the old one, apart from this one's not leaking water. When this one explodes, we can take these off again. No, we're probably if it explodes again, we're just wrapping the fucking van round the tree and scrapping it. I've had enough of it. But we could reuse them if we had to. Is what I'm saying. We might salvage the cable ties before wrapping the van round the tree. How about that? So we'll put one in there like that. We might put two. Should we put two, humbug? It's double the strength then, and these are 14-ton test cable ties, so they'll never snap. Yeah, of course they are. Minty. We'll probably find that these will stick out in just the wrong place. I'm not going to cut the tails off them because they're the reusable ones, and if you cut the tails off them, next time when you want to reuse them, you might find they're too short. So I've got the shortest ones I could find, and I'm going to leave the tails on them for safety reasons. There's some of you out there who are probably absolutely cringing at the fact that not only am I using these zippy ties, but I'm leaving the tails on them. And if you are one of those who's absolutely cringing, you're welcome. Stick around, you'll cringe even more later. Yeah, so that's double strength now, so that's twice as strong as it was when we didn't have the zippy ties on there. Now we've got to flip the old her over, like this, so it's this way up, and put that, yeah. Someone might have thrown the intercooler in the dirt and got dirt in the intercooler pipes, and, well, if it was a 4-track, I wouldn't give a flying monkeys. I'd just fit it and she'd be mint and she'd probably run better with a bit of dirt going through to clean all the crap out of the turbo. But this is a Vauxhall, and, well, the only thing it's got going for it really is it's taxed, MOT and insured. Them engines, well, that's a 1300. There's a red one over there that had a 1700 in. And I weren't even given that stick when that blew a lump out the front of the block. So we're going to try and clean the worst of the dirt out of the intercooler because, well, if she lasts till April, that's when the MOT runs out. I might see if I can find someone completely insane to pass it again. And if I can't, it'll get rallied into a tree and scrapped because that's just what we do around here. Humbug's on the camera. She ain't going to show you herself because you might get all horny like I do every time I look at her. But she's going to stop the recordation and I'm going to go and find some brake cleaner and paper roll and then I'll be back and then you can see me again. So, we've been for a short intermission because the camera batteries went flat, so we don't know how much you actually saw or what you might have seen or whether it's deleted the video again. The intercooler and fan are joined to the rad, and, well, Guess we could just ratchet strap it there and take the bonnet off and it kind of fits, but no, Humbug's going to have the camera because she's good at that, and I'm going to try and fiddlefck this motherfucker into place. And well, if it don't work, we're just going to take it out, rally drive it, and wrap the piece of shit around the tree because it's made me angry this morning, and there's no need for that. I'll try and line these things up at the bottom there without destroying the rag putting it in. Gentle! That's the gentlest I've ever done anything. Oh, and then this fucking electro-digital thing there can go and climb back up his mother's cunt. And that hose that's there that doesn't need to be there can also do the same. Right, that's in the hole. That's in the hole. Yeah. Right, now, I think first off we want to try and relocate that hose clamp that's on there, or... Oh, really? Don't you just love it when hose clamps fuse to the hoses? Stuff. Turn up as we go. Go on top of there like that. That's tight. Now, what else has got to go where? That's got to go. Oh, that's in the cooler. Where's the rad? Oh, the rad hose is down there. Ah, better plug the electro-digital fan back in, or she'll probably overheat within the first 5 minutes of me thrashing the granny out of it. That goes on there like that. That goes on there like that, and then we need special pliers that only just managed to grip onto that to sure there's probably a special tool for this type of hose clamp, but I haven't got one. And all I've got ain't ideal for it. Goodbye. really? Well, we'll pretend that's tight enough until we find out it's not, mate. Then there's... What? Oh. There's this one here, which... I don't really know why it's got a cut out in it, and just really goes straight on, but we'll put that on as well. Minky. That has got a big foot into there. That sits there, that sits there. Goes on there like that. New bleachers look a bit special to me, but we'll carry on using them as normal ones until we find out there's some special fork set for them. I normally just go until they start to strip the threads, and that's how you know they're as tight as they can be. They've got like a spring. Well, that looks like we're going to need a fresh one of them because, well, that's a first. No, it's not a first actually, because I've dealt with some shitty Jubilee clips before. The thread turns out to be stronger than the band, and instead of starting to strip the thread, which tells you it's at optimum torque, the band snaps. Like that, which is quality. We'll try putting the other one on first, because if that snaps as well, we've got to get two of them. And I don't want to go over there and get one and then have to walk all the way back over there for another one because someone retarded put poor quality parts on the rig. Oh, hope that one won't be nicked by the rat, but it was. Because you need these ones on your intercooler done up tight because they've got all of the boost going through them, and you need to make sure you can get all of the boost into the engine. Because boost leaks on a 1.3 makes it a 1.3 naturally aspirated, and well, naturally aspirated 1.3s, they ain't got the horse torque. Yeah, we need two of them. That one's equally as high quality as the other one. And it's now stuck in there. Mint. Oh, what idiot makes things that are... It's a 7mm, but it's just over 7mm, so it's too tight. Shall we go for a wander over the shed, humbug, and have a look at what's going on? Hang on. And then we've got the last bit to go on before the old battery goes completely flat in the camera, so we just get this bit here and like that. Fucking mint. I tell you, I couldn't do that again if I tried. And we've got some screwies here that will probably help make that so it won't fall straight back off again. Oh really? It don't line up. Probably should have used the other hole that side, I'm not really sure. There's two holes in that side that's been re-drilled, so clearly the front panel fitment was absolutely mint. Oh, oil level check. Engine at operation, temperature, wait 5 minutes, check the... Mate, there's some black shit on the end of the dipstick, no one cares. They really think someone would give a damn about the oil in a 1300 piece of shit engine. Wow, they must be mentally challenged. More mentally challenged than me. I also got some spare bolts that I've got no recollection of where they came from, so we can't put them back in. There's 3 in total. Awesome. And then we might try and work out whether we can actually, you know, stop her doing the flapping. I think we can. We might get away with smaller cable ties. Where's them little ones? I've lost them. No, seriously. Ah, put them in there for safekeeping. Thought we were going to need bitty ties, but I think we can get away with little ones. Because it's only a little hole. Oh, I see. She fits. Probably check the tyre pressures on this as well, because I can't put one that side because that's the bit that I was going to put cable tie through broke off. So the last thing to do is to put some water in it. I'm not going to put antifreeze in yet because I'm not anticipating frosts, and if I put antifreeze in and it leaks, well, we get water for free, but we don't get antifreeze for free. So there's that. Let's take some toolage off the top here. And I'll go and get... Well, we're never seeing that again. There's the evidence I've improved on the original design because, well, there ain't nobody knows where them bolts belong. So, Humbug can stop recording for a minute. I'll go and get the hose pipe and we'll put some water in the old bitch. So, I kind of realised I didn't do an outro for the old ashtray band video that I filmed, and well, I figure I might finish editing that and maybe upload that next. So here's an outro. You know, she's been mint for about a week and she's still got some coolant in her, so I figure new rad must have been a good one. Cheapest one off eBay, actually fitted and is decent, but I'd highly recommend not working on a piece of shit ashtray bands because it's just stressful, boys. It's just stressful. There's wires and pipes and things that nobody understands. Pointless. So yeah, she lives again and is still living, and the tyre's nearly flat, so I'm gonna have to pump that up soon. Should probably consider having a spare tyre for the old rig, really. Yeah, might be the next thing to look for. Anyway, I'm going to go and edit this and edit some more shit and do some things and maybe even eat something, who knows. I'd suggest having another beer and chilling out and checking out some more of the videos on here, because there's a lot of them. Well, there might be. There might be a lot of them by the time you watch this, you never know. Like, comment and subscribe and do the thing, and we'll keep doing what we do, and I'm gonna hump you. Have that. Ciao.